Okay, I just fixed the tap and then I heard a splashing sound. And there the tigers are in the pool. The dogs were actually giving it away. I don't want them to see me. Look at that. The dogs are actually sitting here watching the tigers. And yeah, did you just see that water? Don't think he saw me. I'm hiding behind a pillar here. Just gonna. Cats are all around. The Enzo goes into the pool. Look at that face on Diego. He's enjoying it so much. And Enzo fell right into the pool. And they're quite tall. When they stand there, they can reach quite high. Believe me, a swimming pool is not deep enough. Look at him, he just floats. And I remember when we used to swim still with them, they float. They just row wherever they want to go. They just don't go under. And you have to really be strong to keep him at bay. But look at that. Now, how can I not give them this swimming pool? What will I do with it? It'll just be there. But look at how they enjoy it. And they swim every day. They love it. It would have been so nice to go in there and swim with them. But believe me, they use not only their strength when you are in that pool with them. They are really sharp everywhere. And they could really hurt you. But they tend to relax a bit later on. Little Miss Sissy Pants also came to check out the tigers. I can actually hide behind her now. Just look at them. They're just relaxing. I'm going to go a little closer. Mother cat right here. And there Enzo saw me now. Even Picky's over there watching the tigers swim. It's quite entertaining. I have to say, that is really entertaining to watch these boys just having fun. Just look at that. And now the dogs want to catch the tigers. But believe me, if they were in that sockies, shh, if they were in there with the tigers, they just cannot do it. Believe me, they're fighting for their lives by just trying to keep afloat. And the tiger is just walking past him in the water. They are absolutely so strong. I don't think people realize how strong they are. Just look at him. There's Enzo coming on. And the dogs are going for him. They're going to try and intersect him right there by the gate. Here he is. Just look at him. He's so silly. Now that's a 7, well, actually 8 years old. I think Enzo's 8. I'm not really sure. I have to go and check exactly. But I had him in 2010. So, yeah, I think he's 8 years old. But he's just a cub. And Diego, well, at least he's 3.5 already, so. But they stay cubs. I think it depends on the environment where they are. Because if they have to grow up and be predator animals, I think they will be. But if they don't need to and they can just play the whole day and, well, be like that, then why wouldn't they? So I think it's better to have them as pets than to have them in nature. Now, I might be in big trouble for saying that with a lot of people, but you don't want this animal in nature. He suffers there. It's survival, and everything suffers around him. And it's because he's got no choice. But look at this. They are absolutely having so much fun. It's priceless. I think it's an improvement. Look at it. He is so happy. And all the cats are here. They are all just watching him. Look at that. Here they are. They're all sitting with me. Because they could have sat outside. Well, let's see if I go outside, if they go with me. Bookie over here. Let's see that. I'm closing them up red so they don't come out this way where I came out. Let's see if they all find their way out. Yes, here they are. They all just come right to sit with me while we're watching the tigers play. I don't know. I think the way that we can keep animals can change. Look how friendly he is. Absolutely amazing. But don't mistake his friendliness for being weak. They are so strong. They have to be behind a fence. But they can be, and they can be happy. Yeah, they are something else. It's a beautiful day. There's no wind. Look at that. All the birds' nests are still, well, I can see they did take some punishments through the winds because there's a lot of weeds and stuff lying on the floor. But it's a beautiful day. Sun is going down there on that side. There it is. I think this water just came at the right time. Just try and keep it as clean as possible for as long as possible. Just look at Enzo. He's so proud of himself. He's so happy. He just does not know why he's so happy. Diego just he is stalking Enzo. And he's doing it because he can. Just look at that. Ah. And that's also something that people don't always realize. They bring so much weight with them that slipping and falling, it happens a lot with tigers. So in the wild, when they have to hunt, it's very possible that they will get hurt. And if they do really get hurt, well, it's the end of their life then. But I think giving these boys a life like this can really be better than in the wild. But I have seen a lot of tigers in areas that are really suffering, where it would have definitely been better for them in the wild. But look at that. Now it's getting a little rough, but they know that they're just playing. Enzo's going to wait for him to turn his back. Look at that. As soon as he looks away, that is when he comes. And if you think about it, like I said before, the spots behind the ears cancels out the instinct to attack. But if your ears are pulled or back in an attack mode and you turn your back, then there's no way of the other tiger realizing or noticing the spots, because your ears are pointing towards one another, and that hides the spot. A funny thing about that spot, I remember with these tigers when they were little and the sun shines. Just look at Enzo go. When the sun shines, that spot on their ears shine through from the inside. So if you're looking at that ear and the sun is shining, then you actually, I don't think the camera is going to be able to pick that up right now, but if the sun is coming from the back, that spot right there inside the ear is see-through through the inside of the ear. That's actually something that is quite, I don't think people realize those things. You only realize that when you've got that tiger in your hands and you're spending the whole day with him, and well, you're in the sun and you look through the inside of his ear and you see the sun shining right through it. That's things that you don't hear from anyone else. Those are things that I've noticed. And it was actually so funny always when I looked at, well, whichever tiger it was, and I saw that ear shining through. And look at that, Diego's feet, I don't know if his feet is not touching the ground. He is floating. Cats are running around here playing. And Diego is doing the crocodile. Yeah, it was a long time since I gave him this much water. It was just winter and the leaves were falling down and there was just too much. It wasn't worth it. But it sure is now. I think his feet might be on the ground now. And he's checking Enzo out. He's just waiting for Enzo to look away. But he's not going to be able to just jump straight out. But he's trying. And he's so strong. But he's too heavy. As soon as his body is out of the water, yeah, that's tiger weight he's trying to lift with his own arms right there. Enzo's just peeking over the wall, right into the sun. And Enzo's just feeling like running, and there goes Diego as well. Now look at all that water. Now imagine that when he comes upstairs to sleep at night, and he comes walking up the stairs, and he brings that 20 kilograms of water with. Believe me, you need 3 towels. 3 big towels to dry him. And that was every night. Every night when Enzo came up to sleep, he would bring that water with. And look at it, it's still running out of his fur. That fur is just holding onto the water. Oh, and he almost slipped again. Yeah, so keep that in mind whenever you see a tiger or any wild animal in nature. You have to know that he's just making it every day. It's a hard life out there. And I don't know if it's worth having such a hard life. No wonder they only live about 10 years in the wild. And that's if they made it. But in captivity, well, I hope, and I think it's possible for them to become maybe even 30 years old. Well, at least 25, but we'll see. Just looking really tough right there. I think the thing is with a tiger, he can look really tough and he can be really tough for a short amount of time. But he only needs a short amount of time. He needs 10 seconds and he can change anything. Look at that still water in the fur. It stays there. Now if he gets into bed with you, he stays wet and then he's nice and cool, he sleeps. But as soon as he starts getting hot, believe me, you just hear him standing up next to you. He steps on those springs in the bed, he compresses them all the way to the bottom. And yeah, then he gets up and he wants to go for another swim. But believe me, he wants to come back. And bring that water back again. And he thinks that he's doing you a favor. It was always so funny. And I remember when Enzo stood up at night and I heard those springs from the bed as he compressed them. And I knew he wants to do a number 1 or a number 2. I had to grab a bucket and be ready because he's just going to sit right there and do it. And I have to catch it. And then you have to make it to the bathroom to throw it out into the toilet. So what happened was, as soon as he's done, you have to move. You have to not spend 2 seconds with that bucket in your hand, because then those ears pull back and he wants to play and he takes you down with or without that bucket in your hand. And then you clean up till 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it was great. I loved it. You tend to lose a bit of value to anything else in the world. Well, they destroy everything, but they give you something back. Now imagine buying a new car and the tiger just bites a hole into the seat. It's a hole that's going to stay there and it could bother you a lot. But you quickly lose, how can I put this? You lose the value in that. It actually gains value for yourself. It's value that you will only recognize later. At first you're very upset because they damage a lot of things. But then when you realize you're going to leave it all behind one day, then it is absolutely amazing. And then you actually want them to damage stuff. Then you reach a point where you've gone a bit too far, I guess. But it was so amazing to see them just do things. There he goes. He's still not done. He feels like running. And I think he is going to. There goes Diego. And the dogs are ready for them. Okay, well, that's it for the day. They are probably going to play until late. And I will probably hear them throughout the night in this pool, because they did get their sleep in and they are ready for the day, although the day is coming to an end. But we will be back tomorrow checking them out, and I will show you guys how these two are enjoying the water in the pool. Well, thanks a lot for watching, and it's coming closer to feeding time. Gonna get ready and feed them, and yeah, that's just the part of my day that I don't miss at all. Well guys, thanks for watching, and like always, have a great day.